Welcome to Sourdough Made Easy. We're here to unabashedly break all of the rules of sourdough bread making in order to prove to you that sourdough doesn't need to be hard. Please like and share this video and subscribe for more easy sourdough tips. Hello and welcome back to Sourdough Made Easy. Today we're going to be using the Roundy Family Cookbook again to answer a question, age-old question: what to do when you have a zucchini that gets absolutely out of control, or you just got more zucchini than you know what to do with. Of course, what you should do is make Grandma Roundy's pineapple zucchini bread. So we're going to be turning again to the Roundy Family Cookbook. I'm going to hold this up so you can take a screenshot of it if you want. That right there is Grandma Roundy's recipe for pineapple zucchini bread, only we're going to twist it the Sourdough Made Easy way. We're going to take the ingredients that we want to long ferment so that my wife and daughter can enjoy this delicious bread that I've been eating since I was, I don't even know, about 3 years old. My grandma has been making this, or was, I should say. She's passed now, but she was making this when I was a little kid, and it was one of those things where you just think zucchini and bread, oh, that sounds gross, but man, it is so good. And every time she made it, I would dive into it like there was no tomorrow. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna tweak it a little bit from Grandma's recipe. Instead of the oil, we're gonna be using butter, of course, and then we're gonna be putting the zucchini in it, and then we're gonna long ferment the flour, the zucchini, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the vanilla, and we're gonna start that tonight. And then I'm gonna come back tomorrow, actually on a Rogue Baker's Roundtable live stream, which is a weekly call that we do every single week, a live call where we help you with all of your questions. We're gonna be showcasing the results of this experiment that we're running here with Grandma's zucchini bread, trying to make it a long fermented sourdough version. It's gonna be very similar to the banana bread that I posted a video about yesterday. If you wanna watch that video, you can click on this little card up here. And it's not going to look anything like our typical 10-minute sourdough made easy bread. We do make a delicious long fermented sourdough bread, and we make it where it only takes 10 minutes of work. If you want to watch that video, you can click on that card up there to watch that video. But today we're going to be taking the zucchini and turning it into a delicious bread, courtesy of my grandma. Now, the directions on this recipe are a little bit different, right? If you were making it Grandma's way, you'd be mixing a few things at the top and then a few things at the bottom, but we're gonna totally flip that on its head and mix just the ingredients that we want to long ferment, and then tomorrow we will add the last few ingredients into it and then wrap this video up. We're gonna start out by shredding 2 cups of this delicious zucchini into the bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly take care of that, time lapse that. One of the things that shredding this zucchini is doing is it's adding some moisture in, which we're gonna need since we're not adding water like you would normally add into a traditional sourdough bread. The water that's in this zucchini and the water that's in the starter gonna be the only things that go into this long fermentation process. It's got enough moisture, hopefully, we'll see tomorrow, to spread out and long ferment. There's 1 cup there. That's about the 2nd cup. All right, 2 cups of zucchini in the bowl. Set this aside. All right, now that we've got that in there, we're gonna go ahead and add our 1 cup of butter as well. Okay, now we're gonna add 1 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, about 3/4 of a teaspoon nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of flour, and then the final ingredient, of course, is going to be our 1 cup of sourdough starter, which, like all of our recipes, if you've seen here on Sourdough Made Easy, whether it be our 10-minute Sourdough Made Easy regular loaf, or the banana bread, or anything else that we make, we always go cold, hungry, straight from the fridge. You do not need to worry about an active starter when you're baking the Sourdough Made Easy way. So I'm gonna take Isaiah out of the fridge, cold and relatively hungry. He was actually fed last night because I ran out of starter, which is the only time that I ever feed my starter, is when I run out. And then I just fill up with whatever's left in the jar. gonna stir that up, give them a nice stir. So we're gonna take 1 good cup of sourdough starter and throw that in there as well. And that's it for tonight. We're gonna go ahead and blend this up, or mix this up in the mixer, and then we will set it off to the side to ferment tonight, and we will get back to it tomorrow. So let's throw this on the mixer. Now the reason that I'm not putting the eggs in is because to me, letting eggs sit out all night just seems really gross. I don't want to do that. So I never put the eggs in these recipes. And the sugar I don't want to put in because I don't want the starter culture to feast on the sugar. I want it to be feasting on just the flour, so it can break down the gluten for the gluten intolerant people in my house. We don't put the baking soda or baking powder in right away because we don't want to lose the oomph, right? We don't want it to fizz up tonight and then drop tomorrow when we add all the rest of the ingredients in. So we're going to throw that all in when we put the eggs and the sugar in. And I would be putting the pineapple in, but I actually need to pick some of that up from the store tomorrow. So I'll be putting the pineapple in tomorrow. I probably would throw that in now. The added juice from the pineapple would probably help with the mixing of the starter and getting everything incorporated, given again that we're not using a lot of water, we're not using any water in this recipe. But I think based on what I'm seeing here, it's going to be wet enough, it's incorporated enough that the fermentation is going to work really well. I'm going to go ahead and set up a time-lapse camera so you can watch this rise overnight, and you'll get to see the action of the sourdough starter and what it can do to ferment the loaf. All right, I think we've got it there. I'm gonna pop this out, scrape the sides down, put the top on it, and then I'll be headed to bed. And I can tell by looking at it that I don't see any clumps of white flour, so we're not gonna have any dry spots in this. I think it's gonna ferment really well. You're about to watch this time lapse just blow up, and it'll be a delicious fermented dough tomorrow that we will add the final ingredients to, and then we'll bake this puppy up. All right, we'll go ahead and pop one of these shower caps on. These things are amazing to just throw over a bowl like this, and then we'll set the time lapse up and you'll get to watch that rise overnight. And then if you're on the Rogue Bakers Roundtable call tomorrow, then you will probably see this before this video gets edited and published. But otherwise, we will see you on the next part of the video. All right, as you saw from that time lapse, this has fermented very well. You saw that thing just absolutely blow up overnight. And now we're just a few minutes before starting our Rogue Bakers Roundtable live stream, where we're gonna showcase this, taking it out of the oven. So if you haven't seen that, make sure to check out the lives on our channel and you can watch that. This video will no doubt come out after the live tonight. We're not gonna have it done and edited in time. The last few things that we need to do, we just need to add the sugar, we need to add the baking soda and baking powder and the can of pineapple, throw it in the mixer. I'm actually also gonna tweak the recipe a little bit and add some chocolate chips to it just because I want to. And then we're gonna throw it in the pans and throw some nuts in one of them, because my kids, for whatever silly reason, don't like nuts in their bread. That just sounds crazy. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take this shower cap off of here, 2 cups of sugar, and then we're going to crack open those 3 eggs. 1, 3. We're gonna add the pineapple, crushed pineapple that we got from the store today. Was a 20-ounce can, so I'm gonna add about half in order for it to be close to my grandma's 8.5-ounce can from the recipe. Put about half of that pineapple crushed in there. And then the last 2 ingredients 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking powder. Throw those chocolate chips in now while we're at it. Ooh, lots of white and milk chocolate chips. So we're gonna throw that in the mixer. Here we go. Got my oven preheated to 350. The recipe says it's gonna take about an hour to cook, and then it'll make 2 loaves. Got 2 greased pans here. All right, we'll call that good. Now let's take this, halfsies in each of these things. Yes, I said halfsies. Okay, now the one that's got a little bit less has just enough room for our half a cup. The recipe calls for a cup, but since it's for 2 loaves, I'm putting half a cup of chopped nuts in mine and my wife's loaf. Stir those down in there a little bit. All right, I think we're good. One with nuts, one without. We're gonna throw these in the oven. And set a timer for 60 minutes. And we'll check back with you soon. All right, I stepped out while these were in the oven, and my wife pulled them out. They look absolutely gorgeous. One thing, I came back in and tried to take one out of the pan before it was cooled off, and that was an absolute disaster. It seems like maybe the chocolate chips created like a barrier that allowed it to break apart. So make sure that these have completely cooled before you take them out of the pan. Not that it's not going to be equally delicious to eat, but you don't want your loaf of bread to fall apart. So this one here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut open and show you a little bit of the inside here. So let's cut a nice piece off of this side that I'm gonna chow down on in a second. This is Grandma Roundy's zucchini bread. Oh, it's more like a cake than a bread, but man, does that look delicious or what? So there you've got Grandma Roundy's. Got really yummy. Grandma Roundy's zucchini bread as a finished product. And that'll be a wrap for this video. If you enjoyed this, of course, make sure to like the video, share the video with others who want to get the gut benefits of a long fermented zucchini bread this summer with zucchini out of the garden. And of course, make sure to keep an eye out for our next video. Thanks everybody, see you soon.
We hope you've enjoyed our Sourdough Made Easy video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share this video and subscribe to get more easy sourdough tips. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when we post our next videos. And check out sourdoughmadeeasy.com for tons of easy, no autolyze, no levain, no knead, no stretch and fold, no babysitting your bread for hours on end recipes. And while you're there, pick up a free 93-year-old sourdough starter. Thanks, and we'll see you on our next video.